I already have a video talking about why I love carriage pull, but because I find it to be such a fabulous exercise, and also one to do correctly, a difficult one to do correctly, I thought it might be helpful to do a troubleshooting video just to make sure that everybody has access to this awesome work. So we are going to be starting off with a quarter spring. And I'll just be demonstrating some of the common errors or issues that people have with this exercise. So specifically round back or carriage pull with round back. Let's start there. I find that people have a hard time really thinking of lumbar spinal flexion. I'll often see a lot of maybe like thoracic flexion, or I might just see pure hip flexion here. And those are fine, but if that's not what you're after and you truly want the pure version of carriage pull, we're really trying to target those lower abs, really trying to get that lumbar flexion. That's what it's designed for. And so if you have someone that is having trouble maybe finding that targeted area, two things I would try is drop them down to a quarter spring and then also use your reformer box to get them onto their forearms instead of on their hands. So just placing that right across the rails and getting your client on their forearms can sort of take away the extra information coming from their hands and their wrists, and they can focus more on their trunk. So from here, some cues that you can try are an inchworm cue. I do find that one to be quite successful because in at least my mental picture or image of an inchworm, we're really thinking of the middle of that inchworm coming up and then the back end kind of being pulled along with it. So it's not necessarily that the back is driving the movement, but more so the trunk or the midsection. So again, if we're referencing that inchworm, we're going to think of this part of the body moving up towards the ceiling, and then the legs are just coming along for the ride. So coming up from here, and then release. So with that as well, I also cue from the front side, thinking of the belly button coming towards the lower ribs. So we're trying to get a little bit of deepening that way as opposed to zippering up that pubic bone. So there's that common cue of the pubic bone coming towards the rib cage, towards the belly button. But in those cases, sometimes I get too much posterior tilt. And so thinking of belly button coming forward is a little bit more helpful in getting this lower part to soften into more of a C shape. I know it sounds counterproductive or counterintuitive. So lastly, one of the other things I like to do is just put my hand on the top of their back, like right here, and have them rise up into my hand. So maybe here a little bit hovering above, say, can you find my hand? Can you come up by puffing out the middle part of your back? And usually that helps them think, oh, I need to go up as opposed to I need to crunch, which is more so to me of a shrinking or compressive movement as opposed to an expansion or expansive. Is that a word? Expansive movement? Yeah, so a little bit rambly with that video. Thanks for sticking with me. But I promise if you can break down carriage pull and really master it, I do find it has many, many uses in the rehab population.